Welcome everyone to the stream today. This is Oceanink Series number 9. We're starting off with a couple of matches today. We're seeing Elegant Emerald versus... Oh wow.
Versus Squid Night Oil.
Back there. Versus Squid Night Oil. Thank you there. Cookie. As you can see, we've got some wonderful teams today. We've got Squid Night Oil there on the left, as well as Elegant Emerald on the right. A lot of these players being some really long-time players that I'm eager to see play again.
Yeah, and just in case you didn't know, this is part of the seeding tournament number 1, where since it's been quite a while since the last series, you can play in these seeding tournaments to figure out where you stand compared to everyone else.
Yeah,
so we're watching a couple matches from that.
We've had a few years off playing series, if I remember right.
It has been quite a while.
Yeah, a lot of people were taking a bit of a how would you say, emotional break from Splatoon during the downtime between 2 and 3. So I think a lot of players are eager to get back into it.
Yeah, everyone's getting used to it. Everyone's used to the new one by now, so it's pretty much time to start the competitive scene back up.
I can see a comment from Despacito Toby there. What's the point of announcing maps 10 minutes after the round starts? I think we all know when it comes to Oceanic streams, you've got to have at least 10 to 15 minutes of troubleshooting before you can really get started. So, yeah, we've had to work through a few issues before getting there. We've been sitting here since about 30 minutes before stream started, still working through stuff. So, we're here now. We're here live for you. So. Hopefully you're going to enjoy these matches.
First match is starting up. Rainmaker, Mahi Mahi Resort. Smallest map in the game. Let's see how it goes.
Now, if I'm going to be quite honest, I actually really like Rainmaker on Mahi. Just the first pedestal being on that left side there has just proved really well for me as a curling bond main. And then it's just a really concise map that surprisingly has been really good for defense, sort of reminding me of Gobi Arena a little bit from Splatoon 2. What are your opinions on this map, Cookie?
My opinions is that we're about to see an extremely fast push if they weren't immediately shut down by the E-Leader. I'm seeing that both teams are running in the E-Leader because it's just incredibly oppressive with the amount of, like, the limited amount of space you have, especially at the start of the game. Yeah. Because pushes are so quick, both teams are running a weapon that can sort of make it a little bit easier to manage the enemy, and look at that straight away, like you said, immediate push. Very hard to defend once you're even 2 players down, like Squid Night Oil is. I'm
a little surprised about that outcome. On my in my view, Squid Night Oil. Ooh, wow, yeah, very quick. Yeah, in my view, Squid Night Oil had that locked down, but it seems that Elegant Emerald wasn't taking that line down. And
well, they did have player advantage, but didn't take advantage of it. But Elegant Emerald, as soon as they had an advantage, they just turned it into a snowball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Extremely
really good play by both teams
there,
but yeah, it looks like Elegant Emerald has taken the first match. Rainmaker on Mahi Mahi Resort.
Fantastic play. See that one team is already figuring out how to turn advantage into push. It's a very difficult thing to do on most maps, but Mahi makes it so easy because it's very little.
It is very small.
You don't have to spend a lot of time pushing. You just got to do it and then hold your ground again.
Now, conversely, the next map, we've got Tower Control on Inkblot Art Academy, which is, as well as being very similarly small, this is a really difficult map to push on. There's not a lot of surfaces on the enemy side to really get up into their plat. You've got to take, I think it's 2 paths in order to get up there. So you've really got to be on the defensive here on Inkblot Art Academy. And just based off of that first defensive take from Squid Knight Oil there, I think they might actually have this map. They had some really good defensive capabilities, and I think on tower control especially, they might have a chance.
Yeah, absolutely right. This is one of the most linear and arduous pushing tower control maps in the game, and we're going to have to see if Elegant Emerald is going to be able to turn that quick push they had in the last game into a consistent, long oppression. It's going to make the difference.
Now, this is a play all 3, so both teams will have to play all 3 maps. This isn't a best of. So ending up, we will see Splat Zones on Hagglefish, and honestly, in my opinion, Hagglefish might be the most competitive of them all. It is very open as well as that Splat Zone being right in the middle there. I think both teams have got a good chance of coming out with some points here.
For sure, we didn't get to see much of the game at all in that first match, so we'll get to look at the teams a little bit more here when the match slows down a little bit, just due to the map design. It is what it is. Well, getting ready for the match here. Have you got anything in particular to say about how you saw the players play in the last match?
Aside from what I've said before about Squid Knight Oil being a bit more defensive and obviously Elegant Emerald having that amazing push there, I'm seeing a lot of weird weapons from these players here. Like Squid Knight Oil coming out with that Hydra, that's a pretty standard pick, I think, on tower control. But seeing it here, I think it might be helpful for them. Just got to see some really solid aggressive plays from Squid Knight Oil if they're going to get this.
We're seeing this attempted flank from Emerald. From this perspective, immediate double. It's about to shut down the entire defense. That's going to be an extremely strong push. That was crazy. Octos with the flank, but
that's a full squad. That's a team right there.
It took them a second to do anything about it, but here they are breaking the first checkpoint on their way to the second. They're going to have to push up kind of hard to lock them out into this corner. That's the problem with this linear map.
Those 2 players there, so they will be able to push back, but let's see if they can dislodge that, I think it's a blaster and the bow off the tower there and take it back a little bit.
Got a splash pushing the back line, just shutting down all the defense they've got. It's just picking them apart. It's very hard to get back in on this kind of straight map, and they are taking full advantage of it just by sneaking around and flicking them up. That's all.
Another clean, aggressive push here by Elegant Emerald. They're doing really well on the offense with both J-Splat and Octos there, having some amazing plays, shutting out Squid Knight Oil from just coming in.
Oh, Elegant Emerald desperately trying to hold the tower. Last minute wipe out. Forcing them to have to knock out to win the game. Let's see if they can take it. They're going to have to bring themselves to mid pretty quickly before Elegant Emerald makes it back. They've got a couple, well, they've got their B-Up bomb ready, and their crab. Let's see how they use it to push through mid.
I'm really out here for Squid Knight Oil at the moment, seeing as Fry lost a sweet sweep in the last Splatfest. I'm really hoping that we get a Squid Knight Oil sweep here as well. So, what are your thoughts on this one, Cookie? Do you reckon that Squid Knight will be able to do the sweep?
So far, at the moment they're down, but so far they've had extremely good offense. We've got to see how they fare on defense. If they're able to do the same.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if they're able to do the same sort of picking apart the enemies, we need to see some flanks. We need to see some specials come out. So far, I haven't seen Squid Knight Oil use their specials as effectively. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. That defense was already shut down, forced to retreat on Squid Knight Oil. Elegant Emerald coming back in.
J-Splat almost getting caught out there. Very well, very good plays by some of Squid Knight Oil there, but it seems that Nico had come around and protected his teammate there. But that being said, Elegant Emerald there with a wipe.
Down the crab. Yeah,
very well done.
Alright, we're going to see Squid Knight Oil attempt another push. They're going to put Gabriel around the side to... immediately shut down by the splash. J-Splat. we're just seeing some takedowns left and right. Currently, it's at the moment it's even, but we see Octos with the flank once again.
They're going 1 for 1 really with these splats here, and I think it's realistically in Squid Knight Oil's favor. They do have that Dapple Doolies with the beacons there, so that they can get back into mid without really having to worry about it too much.
Absolutely. Oh, we've got the Dapples trying to
Gabriel there.
Stay alive as much as they can, just try and wreak havoc. At the moment, there isn't much of a player advantage, but Octos seems to be holding their ground as they succeed in shutting down some of these players. This is going to make a push way easier for Blue, but we'll see how it goes. They have no specials at the moment.
That being said, I'm seeing some really good map control from Squid Knight Oil once they do get those. They're very good at taking back the turf and just making sure that they have the ability to push when they need to. It just seems that they're losing out on all of the kill trades there, which is a bit of a shame to see, but I think that might just be the aggressive plays by Octos and J-Splat there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They are doing their absolute best to just stop them from coming in, doing as many flanks and sneaky shutdowns as they can. They're not even using their specials too offensively most of the time. They're saving it for if they sort of lose their ground and just to hold.
Yeah, I did see a really good defensive whale there that was just to save Octos, and he ended up getting another kill out of it. But
yeah, for sure.
Some really good plays all around. I think the great clincher here is that Squid Knight Oil is just not able to get their specials at times when they need them. But otherwise, they're playing quite well. I'm quite impressed that they've been able to hold it this long after that really great first oppressive push there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they are in overtime. It isn't very easy to hold it when you only had one person up on the tower, but that is game 2 and technically set for Elegant Emerald. But we got to play all 3 for seeding. So
we do.
That was really good.
Up 2-0. So yeah, really good plays by both teams there. With Elegant Emerald just having some crazy aggressive pushes. They're doing really well on that offensive. And I am still quite impressed at Squid Knight Oil with their defense there. Aside from, obviously, the first push in both matches, they've been holding really well against such an aggressive team that's seeming to knock them, to hold them out. So I'm keen to see where Squid Knight goes when they finally get into their groove, into their rhythm, and can really play as they want to.
For sure. We are 2 games in, so we will be going to Splat Zones on Hagglefish Market. This is, I guess, considered to be one of the most balanced stages. That's what I am under the impression of. Could not be, but it is also one of the most, static sort of map modes in the game. It is mostly just about holding the one position, because it is zones. It is zones. It's about staying alive. It's about just trying to make as little mistakes as possible, and the Hagglefish makes it possible to do that with its 2 flank routes that you have to keep your eyes on. You need a lot of coordination to hold it. I think Elegant Emerald's coordination will carry over here. We'll have to see how Squid Knight Oil goes. They should be fine, but under the flanks that Emerald has put out, they're going to need some more defense. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think the real thing that has to be contested here is Elegant Emerald will just have that aggression that they've had in the last 2 matches, and Squid Knight Oil just needs to find a way to deal with that. But as I think I mentioned in the last match, Squid Knight Oil is very, very good at taking back that turf, and the best map for turf control here is actually Hagglefish Market. I think if you take the turf on the left and right, that'll stop most of those aggressive flanks, and I think if Squid Knight Oil can keep their hands on it, they might actually be able to stop them before they happen. But we'll obviously see where that goes.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna also have to see how they use their specials here as well. I didn't really see much special usage from Squid Knight Oil, and even when Elegant Emerald used theirs, it was more of a one-off. Oh, I got it. I'm gonna pop it. If you want to push in zones, I'm hoping to see some more special coordination. We'll see how it plays out.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Yeah,
we're probably gonna see a crab on each team again, but let's take a look. We've got an Explosher coming out in Squid Knight, and 2 aggressive weapons, as well as the standard comp from last game on Elegant Emerald with an E-liter. You're
absolutely right. There is a crab on both teams, but looking at those teams, Squid Knight Oil actually has 2 of the zip. I'm quite surprised to see that, especially on splat zones. But I've seen that work. I've seen it work really, really well on Hagglefish. Just zipping around past the enemy team and coming back around has proved really useful, at least for me, playing on that Stampana there. So I'm keen to see what Squid Knight Oil can do with it, but it looks like they're getting shut out a little early again, just by Elegant Emerald there. But we do have a little bit of pressure there by the splash.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw some 2 flanks as we saw in the last games. Octo's coming up to shut down the crab. Very, very nice. I think Squid Knight Oil's just not noticing the 52 sneaking up, and they're wreaking a lot of havoc. We've got some specials coming out now, though. We've got the Rain. Zipcaster is ready on the Stamper, but they've been shut down. Let's see if they can take this zone. They should probably be able to, if there weren't like 3 people crowding the zone. They have 14 points left. Try and take it.
That's 1 down there on Elegant Emerald. They might be able to take it back, but I think there is just a bit too much pressure by that E-liter there, and then just not able to take it out.
They can't peek. They can't paint the right spots. They need to take it now. They keep flipping it and losing it, flipping it, losing it. But I think that's going to be it because they only have their frontliners left.
Yeah, a bit of a shame there. I did see a there trying to get that E-liter right at the end, but it didn't look like it was successful. Oh no, it was successful. They did take them out.
Oh, nice.
Oh, just watching the delay on stream there. They did end up taking out 2 with that flank there, but it was just a little too late.
Yeah, fantastic work by Elegant Emerald versus Squid Knight Oil 3-0. Congratulations on that round. Very, very well played that game. I think it did end up coming down to specials because while Squid Knight Oil, they did end up pulling them out. They weren't aware of what could shut them down. We just had Octos come in and sweep them all out.
Yeah.
So it came down to the 2 key players that I saw there, which was, I think it was Octos and J-Splat, with their really good flanks and then just good support from the back. But Squid Knight Oil played really well. They had good defense. It was just a couple mistakes and it all gets shut down. So,
yeah,
well done to both of them, man.
No, both teams did really well. I just think the aggression coming out of Elegant Emerald a bit too much for Squid Knight Oil. And while you were complimenting the 2 aggressive players there, I really wouldn't discount the backliners there of Elegant Emerald,
absolutely.
Especially that E-liter in that that 3rd match on Hagglefish. The E-liter was just putting far too much pressure over that zone area that Squid Knight Oil just couldn't get in. So very impressive plays by both teams there. Very well done.
Sure. Well, that is round 1 done. Let's see how the rest of the matches are going real quick. As soon as they're all done, we're going to move on to round 2, which we don't know which one we're going to be streaming yet, but hopefully we'll be able to get the map list out as soon as possible this time. With as little technical difficulty as possible. But there you go.
Yeah, I believe we've already got a set map list already set out, so we should be able to get those maps out to the teams and out to
It's all good now, so it should be fine.
Yeah. We've just got to wait until these rounds finish and we can see what team we've got coming through on round 2. We'll see if we can find the best views for you guys and get onto it.
Sure. Well, I guess we'll see you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to Seeding Tournament 1 for Oceanink Series Season 9. We will be starting Round 2 soon. We've got our map list and our teams. We've got Squid Night Oil back onto Alpha Team, and on Bravo Team we have Hokey Ocean Research Club. Fantastic reference. I love it.
Yeah, I'm really out here for the Double Night Oil. I'm really hoping that they come together and bring it back. Been really enjoying some of their plays. We've got a good set of maps for you this time again, guys. We've got, starting off with Clan Blitz on Mako Mart. One of my favorite maps ever since Splatoon 2. Clan Blitz specifically, I think. It's got a really good little section just below the basket there that's it's just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. And it is not like horrible to defend like in the last game, and you don't have Stingray, so it is fun in Splatoon 3, and we're gonna see how these teams exploit the terrain to the fullest potential in the first round.
Yeah, definitely with that raised area. I think if Squid Night Oil brings back that Hydra that they've had in the, they might actually they'll have a good chance on Mako Mart.
Yeah,
Hydra's
sure.
very oppressive. It's got quite a few spots where it can just sit and pop shots, you know. So, and not a lot of flank areas either. So very keen to see what they can do.
Yeah, there are a couple flank areas, but not any that are super beneficial to the objective. Just some that you might have to take really long route to get anything done, and it's not always worth it. So we'll have to. We haven't seen how Hokey plays yet. But it's time to take a look how it fares against Squid Night Oil.
So on Squid Night, we've actually got a new player here, I think. Spoon 3 on their side in the last match. I may be wrong.
They were there on zones,
yeah. But then on Hokey's side, we've got Sir Schwingwei, Sharky, V-Bird, and Dugong. A lot of fish names, actually. I think that's part of their new name. This season, I think they're coming through as Hokey Ocean Research Club, I believe. Yeah, just changing up their club activities for the new school year.
You're right. And their club activity at the moment seems to be trying to control left stack and mid, but we'll see how they fare against the Explo. Oh, we got a carbon flank, but they dealt with it quite swiftly. Hokey seems to be able to hold their ground, but they're gonna have to coordinate to push through mid against this Explo and this carbon that are being so oppressive at the moment.
Yeah, this carbon I've seen a couple of times coming back of left stack there going through breakfast. So it might be a little bit of an issue for Hokey, and especially that heavy splatling if they can't deal with it.
Dapples with a really good flank, trying to stay alive with the tacticooler. Haven't gotten too much value out of it, especially since Squid Night Oil has done a super jump in to take some 20 points off the score.
Really good aggressive first push by Squid Night. Not something that we saw in the last set, and I'm really proud of them actually coming with something so aggressive here.
Yeah, but it wasn't the most substantial push ever, and now Hokey has a pity clan, so if they want to get anything more done, they're going to have to come in with some more clans. It was a good push, but then you need some more behind it. Let's see if Hokey can match it, because the defense so far is phenomenal. Even with all the flanks and all the piercing, they've been able to hold, both teams have been able to hold their ground. So, what's going to be the difference? Another push from the carbon. That's what's going to be.
Amazing push there, actually.
And some excellent flanks.
Yeah, Dugong was actually getting set up to throw a clam in on the other side, so really great timing by that carbon there, just stopping that push before it happened, and keeping it in Squid Knight's favor. They've gotten it down to 46 now, which is fantastic. Amazing. With now 3 people down on Hokey, but unfortunately the barrier has raised again, so Hokey has lived this push. Let's see if they can bring it back. I think they've got
Stamper flanking around. We just saw a Stamper Dapple 1v1, and the Stamper's taken it out. Shut down by the
taken out again. Yeah.
We can see this map control. Squid Night Oil has most of mid, and they should have eyes on every part of the map. Let's see if this flank on the right side will do anything for them. Currently we're watching a super jump from to that flank. That was the Stamper shots them down.
No, that's okay. They've still got one there. Oh, but they couldn't get the clam in.
That was pretty clever. No, they threw it over the ledge for the T-Tech to throw it in, but hasn't been enough. All the players are down.
No,
that was a great effort. That was a great effort.
Yeah, really great push by Oceanink there. We were seeing VBird position themselves for that push, but it seems like that's given Squid Night Oil the chance they need to just push back in, and they've gotten another clam in the basket there, as you can see.
Yeah, down to 36 against 77. They're going to try and get this Carbon out. The Carbon is holding their ground. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, getting a triple before finally getting out. That's some really amazing plays by this Carbon. Hyper aggressive, which is very different from what they were showing us in that first set of matches. So really well played, but Oceanink is getting some really good pushes themselves, so you won't discount them at all.
Absolutely. We got to just see one really good push with that Carbon. It seems to every single player is backing the Carbon, is what's happening. The Carbon's only able to play this well because their teammates are keeping everything locked down in mid, which is fantastic coordination.
Absolutely, and we saw exactly that in play when routing the backside of Oceanink and almost immediately got taken out. So
Squid Night was trying to make a push against an extremely solid wall of defense. They're going to need some specials to get through here. I wonder what they have. They have a really good super jump and a tacticooler.
A double super jump too. Look at that! Amazing.
We've got 3 more clams on the right, a couple on the left. If they can win these fights, they'll be able to probably get the lead, and they did. Let's see if it's enough.
By that junior, very well done.
They're 2 away.
They need 2 clams.
And
no, but they've been taken out. No, wait, Viber's coming in! Viber's coming in! They got the lead!
That
amazing plays by Oceanink there. And
that was a very, very good big bubbler.
Yeah, and only 3 seconds left. Let's see if with that last clam that Squid Night has, are they able to bring it back?
2 balls. That's a wipe.
That's a wipe. That's it. Oceanink is taking the win.
That is fantastic. They do have 10 seconds. We don't want to discount. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
That was really, really good. We're talking about how they had to use their specials to push, and the placement of that bubbler out of the way, sort of just to protect that little choke, for them to jump in after the push, after the tacticooler. That was a really good combination of specials.
Yeah, some really good plays there at the end by Oceanink. I think Squid Night maybe got a little bit too overconfident towards the end. That Carbon being a bit more brazen and not playing with their team, unfortunately. But no, some really amazing plays by both teams at the end there. Almost took it back for Squid Night.
No, for sure. No, that was pretty even all the way up to the end. It was just that Oceanink had that one really good idea they were able to execute properly, and it ended up being the decider. So we're going to... I'm under the impression this is a very even match, because both teams are playing really well.
Yeah,
so we'll have to see how that goes in Rainmaker on Brine Water, which is, again, a very, very small map. Some call it the Moray Towers of this game, because 2 ramps, which E-Leader is really good on. So
let's not get too far ahead of us. Like Moray Towers, I don't think Brine Water is half as good as Moray Towers is. You know.
I know, I got you.
Now we're seeing a little bit of Oceanink appreciation. A couple of call-outs to VBird and Wakechi there in chat, just saying how good it is for them to both be playing and running this tournament, and I got to agree. And they are doing an amazing job, doing both jobs here as well. So very impressive seeing them both here in the match and here in the stream team assistance box. Would I say?
Well, assistant. Chat room.
Chat room.
All right. So
our next match coming up is as said before, Rainmaker on Brine Water. I've not had much luck getting Brine Water in my queue actually. Both the new maps, Brine Water and Flounder Heights, I haven't seen very much of them at all, which I'm a little disappointed in.
Have you seen Rainmaker yet? Do you know how it plays?
I have not. I've not played Rainmaker. I've not played Splat Zones on Brine Water. I have played Tower Control though.
I gotcha. Well, let's talk quickly about Rainmaker. It has a very quick first checkpoint, and then a long, arduous trek up the ramp to the enemy spawn.
Yeah, I can fully expect that. Like that.
So if we
first
take
fight
a
at
look
the
at
end of
this
the ramp-
overhead, it's not that hard to push that first checkpoint, and you have to walk all the way up against a wall of defense, which
Yeah, right
Midnight
into the
Oils
enemy
has
base
been
too.
really good at, coming out with the same comp as before, and the Hydra on the other team.
Yeah, see, we have got that
And the
that
Forge.
carbon back in here, and I don't think it's going to be so effective here on Brinewater because there's not really any way that they can get behind the enemy team.
There isn't a way to get
Hiding.
behind, but they can take an off angle, so we'll have to see how they use it. Squid Knight Oil getting the top, everyone grinding for their specials, already got a rain on the Explo. I think both teams are just trying to figure out how they're going to push in. Squid Knight has a little bit more ground, and they have a player advantage as well. No
Yeah,
one's grabbing the Rainmaker though.
Squid Knight has shown their ability to take the map as they had in that first set, but I don't think it's quite as useful here, especially with VoD there on the Hydra. That Hydra can reach almost any part of mid just from that top of the ramp.
That was really good play with the Hydra. Got the double booyah coming out.
Yeah, really good play.
A pretty instant first checkpoint if they don't fall to the splash. Oh, no, that's not a splash. That's not. This is T-Tech. Oh.
Yeah, unlucky fall-off shot there, taking out that Rainmaker. But good plays there by Squid Knight Oil.
They had the bubble up. They had the bubble up. It didn't fare too long. Let's see how they go. They don't have any specials yet. They're all close. Let's see how they can push in, especially against the wall that is the Hydra, the brick wall.
The brick wall. Absolutely. VoD doing some really good plays here, so very impressive. But getting taken out.
Shot.
Very good shot.
That Tangle is popping off at the moment.
Absolutely. Getting the double there with the Trizuka, very amazing play, and straight into that checkpoint.
Fantastic work. Now they're going to have to figure out how they're going to push through. They do have a Hydra to fight against. They have Zipcaster up. We might see the Zipcaster come out. Here we go. Straight to the goal. Just trying to
very well played by Gabriel there. I don't think a lot of players would have caught that, but using that Zipcaster against that final platform, they've already got it painted when they come up. And I don't think that Hockey has noticed. I don't think they've noticed. All they need is a one clean push and they'll be able to get that.
Well, they have the curling bomb to help them out, but it'll be fine. Oh, someone nearly caught the splank. It's all good. Alright, let's see how they can push through. What do they have? They've got Tacticula, a Dead Booyah Bomb, and a Bubble. So they don't have the most offensive specials, really.
No, but they did get that first checkpoint.
They did.
Maybe going down here.
They got it through double Booyah, so they're probably going to need to use double Booyah again. Which is not the easiest, but they do have Tacticula. Tacticula's really good. Push. So let's see if they can break Yellow's defense again. That was unfortunate.
That is also getting caught out. That was actually quite...
Oh! The C9! We've got the...
Dugong with that reverse pit push.
Oh no!
Amazing play by Hockey. Completely unexpected, and if they were lucky enough to have a Zipcaster like Squid Knight Oil did, they might have...
That was sneaky. That was sneaky. Absolutely amazing. Taking it, they're gonna force Squid Knight Oil into a knockout again. Where have I seen this before? I believe they could do it. They do have good specials for it. The double Zipcaster might be a little bit harder to pull off with, but they did get to 45. So let's see how it goes. We've got the Hydra up here. They're gonna have to figure out how to deal with the Hydra. Hopefully we see a Zipcaster come out. The Carbon is carrying the Rainmaker. This is getting pretty interesting. We don't know how they're going to approach this. They might just try and get some picks. They don't know that there's someone hiding in the corner.
They are slowly pushing up though. They're getting some distance, and if they can take out Dugong, I think they might have a very compromising push. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what Squid Knight Oil can bring back. The new aggressive Squid Knight Oil going down at 40.
Down.
Yeah.
That was a very good effort. They took their time. They tried to figure out where the openings were, but then they didn't see that they just had like new players respawning. This map is hard to push on. You need a wipe if you want to get in, or you need to sneak around. Like
sneaky back push. Yeah. Dugong with that amazing play.
Fantastic.
See, I still think that Squid Knight Oil can get this. They've got some really aggressive plays in this new match, and I reckon if they can take out some of the players, especially that Hydra, I think they might be able to bring it back. think they might be able to.
Absolutely, but it seems the strategy on Hokey Hokey is to not pop the shield and just hold it there. So yellow is fighting to pop it, blue is fighting to keep it alive.
With only 20 seconds left, let's see if Squid Knight Oil can get that.
The rain is... Oh, we got the Booyah Bomb. This might be the decider. It might hold them off just long enough. We got one pick. We've got two in the front. They're going straight for it. They have no chance unless they grab it.
No, that's it, I'm afraid. All of their players were down. Really, really amazing defensive booyahs here by Hockey. Just really cordoning off parts of the map there that just prevented Squid Knight Oil from coming in. They weren't really picking them off as they could be, but they were definitely making it very difficult for them to get into that Rainmaker shield.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal match. Both teams, again, I think this is completely even, but I think it was that really, really good, the good sneaky push, which was only possible because the entire team was keeping Squid Knight Oil in a stalemate. That happened last time as well. That could be something Squid Knight has to look out for is sneaky pushes.
I absolutely agree. Because I honestly think that Squid Knight Oil would have had that, as well as that first match too, without that one unfortunate backside push.
Yeah, no, Squid Knight's playing so well.
They are.
Hokey really is. I think they're communicating a little bit better, or either they're communicating better, or their individual players are realizing, oh, we can do this, and they get in. But I think it's coordination.
Yeah,
you can't go too far without it.
This might also be Hockey. I think is now team for 4 years. I think they're coming on 4 years now.
That is crazy.
Whereas Squid Knight Oil, I think this is their first year playing. A lot of their players are.
That's right. They're playing really well. They're gonna grow so fast.
Yeah, they are. I think I'm gonna keep my eye out for Squid Knight Oil. They're doing amazing work in these last two matches, and I'm really keen to see what they do.
For sure.
Now, going into the third match, we have tower control on Scorch Gorge.
All right, this map is, in my opinion, extremely hard to defend on. It is a snowball of a tower map because you get high ground once you push past first checkpoint.
Yeah,
so
yeah, you do.
We're gonna see how Squid Knight Oils do. Actually, both of these teams have really good defense. Like Hokey has the Hydra, Squid Knight has the E-Leader they like to pull out, which E-Leader's great on this map.
Yeah, and the X-Splosh as well. The X-Splosh has been doing some really good plays. Yeah,
for sure. We're gonna have to see if they can pull the defense in Scorch Gorge. This is a scorcher. If I have nothing else to say, you just can't. It's so hard to defend unless you're super coordinated. So we'll see how it goes. It is tower control. It's the slowest. I would say probably one of the slowest modes behind zones, maybe.
It's between splat zones and tower, I think. Yeah. Especially if there's a good defense on the other team, tower can get really, really slow, for sure.
Let's see what weapons they select. They have the Hydra on Squid Knight.
See, that's not something we've seen. Gabriel has exclusively carbon this entire time, and
that is
coming out with the Hydra this time is something new for us. Let's see what they can do.
And Hokey has the Tri-Stringer, which is great on tower control. I don't know which player is using it, but we'll see if they can pull it out.
I believe it's V-Bird on
yeah. Nice. Okay. Well, we've already got some specials out and a double splat on Hokey. That's going to be in the push.
And that's something I'm surprised to see. There is only, well, aside from the bow, of course, there's only mid-range and short range on Hokey, whereas Squid Knight Oil is actually running 2, I would say, long-range weapons, as well as 2 short-range weapons. So it's a bit of a difference in the team comp here.
Yeah, well, I mean, Stamper isn't that short range. It has the range of a pro. So
yeah, no, it's surprisingly long, isn't it? I think is it 5.5 or is it 6?
I don't know. I just know that it matches that range. We've got some 2v1s happening, and then the bottom is cast is coming up. See how difficult it is to defend here, because once you stand your ground, there's nowhere to get in.
Yeah, and some really good plays.
That was a snowball by Squid Knight.
Yeah, and first push too. We've got to make that known. That was first push by Squid Knight Oil all the way through to knockout.
We were talking about the weapon selections, but as soon as they had the double kill at the start, it was just a snowball. They kept them locked out. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
Absolutely
very well done.
fantastic.
Amazing work by
Great
Squid
work.
Knight, bringing it back, doing exactly what we expect them to do. Very well done. Very well done.
That was really good.
Ending up round 2, we have Squid Knight Oil, 1 win, and Hoki 2. Obviously, this is a play all 3. This ultimately goes towards their score, but not in the way that a best of would do. So Squid Knight Oil still might bring it back. We've still got, I think, 3 more rounds to go. I'm keen to see more from Squid Knight.
For sure.
Yeah. Same with Hoki Hoki, doing some really good plays, getting some really good defensive stuff. Very well done.
Congratulations to both these teams playing amazing sets on the stream for everybody to watch. This is competitive Splatoon. This is how it works. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, and I'm really keen to see what everyone can do for the rest of this season, because everyone's playing amazingly. Some of these maps very difficult to play on, and these teams are, coming out with the goods. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Wow.
Now, I think we're just waiting on a few more matches to go. We did have some really long matches here, one going into, of course. But we should still have a few to go before we move on to round 3. So we might give it a little bit of time, and then we'll move on for you guys. Just give us a little time, and we'll see you soon.
Welcome back, everybody. Seeding tournament number 1, Oceanink Series Season 9. We are on round 3, and our match today is Team Zaza versus Overgrowth. 2 extremely strong teams in this current age of OCE. What do you reckon?
No, seeing some of these players, there's people that I've seen since day 1 of playing Splatoon. I remember actually just my own personal story here. I went to the midnight release of Splatoon 1 way back in the day alongside Button. So Button on Team Zaza. We got that on the day. So I know that a lot of these players have been playing since day 1 of Game 1. And we're now
7 years of experience here.
Oh yeah. We are now what, 6 months into Splatoon 3? Crazy.
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, well...
Oh, thank God. Oh, I'm not getting that old.
It's fine. We've seen the teams so far have been here since Splatoon 1, but so far these teams are very coordinated. They are... Every player so far has been great mechanically, but these are the teams that play the best as a team, is what I believe.
Yeah.
So we're going to see some very strategic plays here. We're going to see great special usage. I'm hoping we see all that. Any specific players that pop out to you? I know for a fact that we have 2 Stamper players on Zaza. We've got Drago and Punny. But what do you think about Overgrowth?
I have no idea about Overgrowth. The to me is Jaffa. I've seen Jaffa around quite a bit, and I knew they were a good player. So I'm keen to see what Overgrowth can actually bring to me today, because I have no idea. I'm just keen to be surprised. But Team Zaza, as I've said, I've known these for years. I know Button's a really good brush player, as well as good on the range. I've gone against Natty with Krill Bill and Blooper Reel. Unseen, I think they were on... can't even remember the name. Punny, I think, was on Venomous Squids. Like, all these names familiar. I've played against, struggled against, sweated against for years. So I already know the capabilities of Zaza. I'm keen to see what Overgrowth can.
Absolutely. I do remember Wilds used to be a Dynamo player. I wonder if they're going to be playing Dynamo here. Nah. We've got an E-leader on one side, and we have an extremely aggressive composition on the other.
Very short range, and honestly, on Mincemeat, so Splat Zone's Mincemeat, I think the E-leader might be a lot more helpful. I know E-leader can be... but that being said, they are up against 2 crabs and a Zipcaster, so we'll
already got the crab coming out.
Oh yeah, very early crab, but doesn't seem to be able to get anyone here, which is probably for the best of Overgrowth there.
Yeah, it would be worse to just die than to just pop and hold zone. We've got, because they're able to stagger their crabs, that's what they're doing right now. We've got another crab up already. Zipcaster's coming in.
He's able to get a couple, yeah.
So we've already
I think that's a delayed wipe there from Overgrowth. So very good aggressive play by Zaza. Yeah, delayed wipe on Overgrowth. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, we've got... What are we seeing? We've got Natty versus Oak on this side. We've got 2 players have dropped to the left as Wilds comes and takes the zone.
So far, this has been a very equal match. Despite that first aggressive push by Team Zaza, Overgrowth doesn't seem to be struggling. They seem to be bringing it back and trading that zone as they need to. So
sure.
So
it just
far,
seems
so
like
good.
As soon as the crabs come out, the whole game stops for a moment because they need to... Look at that! Over the wall, as if they had an explode.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about crab, isn't it? It's just it's a mobile.
It is a very good special, and having 2 of them is very good. Here's Overgrowth with their own crab, forcing everybody, and Booyah Bomb. That's going to be a really good take, but if it's kind of clear that Zaza has overwhelming painting power. Every single one of their weapons can paint pretty well. Maybe except for the Stamper, but the Stamper is spending most of its time zip casting over to the back ranks anyway. Got a crab coming out. 2v1s on one side, 2v1s on the other. What can Overgrowth do at the moment to pierce through this? They've got their E-leader locking down, or attempting to lock down as much ground as possible, but there's too much, like, oppression.
Yeah, I think that's it, exactly. The E-leader is just too much pressure on them that they can't do what they need to push back Team Zaza. And I think they're relying a bit too heavily on their Booyah Bomb and things like that, and they just haven't been able to utilize their specials as they need to. So I think they need luck, and it wasn't on their side.
I mean, it was really good coordinated crabs from Zaza, and Overgrowth, they couldn't find the right opportunity to pierce through the specials.
Exactly,
unfortunately. And the sheer overwhelming ping power, it might have just been a better composition, but I think Zaza used it to its fullest potential with the staggered crabs, with making sure the leader couldn't do anything, and then just good execution. So
yeah, no, I entirely agree. The key of this this match was shutting down that E leader, and Team Zaza did exactly that.
Yeah, it was really good play. Overgrowth does have, like, they can play against Zaza. It was very clear there, but they're gonna have to figure out in these next two matches how to deal with the overwhelming pressure. How do you shut it down before or while it's happening? And then they'll have a pretty good chance. We need to see how it goes on Clam's Eel Tail.
Yeah, see, I think I'm in a bit of a different mind than you here. Because I know Team Zaza, almost every player on that team is competent in multiple weapons. I don't think we're going to see the same thing from them in the next match. I don't think we're going to see the same thing. So I think Overgrowth really, really needs to be flexible here, and they need to know that their opponent is going to come at them with something off the wall, completely wacky.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're going to need to expect that.
Yeah, well, the unfortunate thing here is that against two crabs, you kind of, in the current meta, you got to use two crabs as well. But
exactly, yeah.
I wonder if they would be able to. I wonder what they're going to pull out. I don't know what their comp could handle. Because the roller, I'm not sure how well the roller did, but it just couldn't stand against both the paint and the offense. Because that's the main strength of all the weapons that Zaza picked on that zones match. I don't know if they're going to be as aggressive on clams. They probably will. But Overgrowth is going to have to decide what can stand up against it.
Yeah, just looking at the stream chat at the moment, it looks like we've got a bit of Team Zaza here trying to get commentators' insight, just to see if they can get a little bit of the edge. I think you guys might need to focus on your match a little bit more, Especially you, Drago, dying to that curling bomb.
That's alright.
Now, moving into that next match, you did mention Eel Tail Alley with Clam Blitz. I haven't played this match either, but from what I understand, the Clams basket is on the plat, so it would have that ramp entry, wouldn't it?
Yes, but that is this map is definitely one where you need a good player advantage to get through, because you have so much view over the map from the bridge and from the perch above plat. You need to basically take out anyone who has any control over that area before you can push. It's the same with any clams map, but it's more important here because you can't push unless you do it.
Yeah, well, with Eel Tail Alley, and we were doing some map comparisons before, I think Eel Tail Alley is the new Arowana Mall. Coming into this game and playing around Eel Tail. It's the new Arowana. It really is. And I think you need to play it the same way. You just need to make sure you've got like those grates on lock. You need to have those uninkable pathways on lock. And seeing what Overgrowth could do with their long range, they might have it.
There is no bubbles, though. There's no bubbles to push through an alley like in Arowana. So
true. But Arawana's been around since Splat 1. There's been different, ways to push through it, and I think Eel Tail, people will know what to do. And I'm a little bit afraid because I think Zaza is going to know what to do. I think they're going to come into this knowing exactly what they need. So I'm keen to see how Overgrowth can push back. They were doing some really good long range stuff. So we'll see if they can do something special.
We got the Tetras coming out on Zaza. That's going to be really good for flanks. And we've got Overgrowth having... We've got a Booyah and a Vac. Actually, they've redone their entire comp.
Yeah, both teams. Yeah. I'm very...
Oh, it's already 2 down.
Yeah, 2 down on Overgrowth.
Oh, the absolute aggression.
Hold on. The defense here on Overgrowth, especially coming...
It's pretty good. They've been able to stop them from rushing straight in. But here's the thing with Eeltail: there's a bottom route and a top route, and you've got to look out for both. If you don't have a player watching both, you're gonna lose to a push. You've got Cramp popping out on the bridge now, and all 3 players are in this corner with the Vac. How's it going to play out?
Yeah. And that being said, though, I've only seen Team Zaza doing that bottom push. As I say, that button was going for that top, but it looks like they're really sticking down the bottom there.
Well, they have nobody controlling the center, like I said, so they're gonna start a new push. 2 balls straight away, popping the bubble. Very methodical. This is how you make your push. You put up your defense with your wall. You throw your claims. You go back. You do it again.
Very strong bubble on the left there, giving some cover to both. I think it was Natty and Button there, allowing them to put a couple more plans in there.
We had a little bit of a dually duel.
And that's resulting in a very strong push by Team Zaza, and somewhat that's what I expected.
Yeah, for sure. That was a pretty clear cut by the book way of doing it. Currently, you go in with your specials, you pop your bubbles, you can throw them, kind of get. But now we're gonna see how Overgrowth handles this split map. How are you gonna control the top and the bottom? Because we could see Zaza currently has players everywhere, eyes everywhere, trying to get their specials so that they can push through. We go with Natty with the Reef Slider. This is how...
Oh wow, that was a good change. Yeah, goddamn.
Oh, okay, so here we got 3 players up. Button has their bubble.
Yeah, they have 2 super claims there on the map. It looks like Button's... Oh no, Natty's picked it up. So they've still got the 2 super claims, and it looks like they're just trying to find a way to get in.
Yeah, they're poking with bombs. How's Overgrowth going to do this? They got a Booyah bomb coming out to try and take them out. Unfortunately shredded.
No, I think that's it.
That was very impressive. Very impressive.
I think a lot of this was just Zaza always had map control. They always did.
Absolutely.
Ever since the first push, Zaza just had that map control.
Yeah, and even when both teams were sort of stalemated in the middle, Zaza was able to stop any push in, and then they knew how to get in. They would 2v1 people at any point. I don't think I ever saw a 1v1. Anytime there was a 1v1, they would lose. Is what I saw. But Overgrowth didn't really do any of that. That's what I'm thinking, at least.
Yeah.
The defense was fine. It was fine. It was just Zaza had the right strats to pierce it. So I wonder what can happen when you don't have such a coordination-based mode, like, I don't know, Rainmaker.
Oh, we don't talk about Rainmaker. No, not a chance.
Rainmaker on Hammerhead Bridge.
Yeah, unfortunately we do have to talk about it, don't we? Now, Rainmaker and Hammerhead, that's a straight path. It's just a straight path. I think we're going to need to see something special coming out of the defense from Overgrowth here to just stop Zaza. Because from what I've seen in the last couple of matches, Zaza just goes in a straight line, and it works for them. So I really need to see something out of Overgrowth to bring this back. They need something special. They need something different, and I'm hopeful that they can bring it out for us.
For sure. I mean, you know, Hammerhead Warehouse is a pretty straight map. Stuff like E-Leader and Hydra work well here, backlines. I don't know I don't think we've seen any backlines yet, is the thing.
We got the E-Leader on the first match, on the zones.
No, you're right. And the E-Leader was shut down straight away, so they stopped using the E-Leader. That's some good adaptation. I wonder what can happen. Because Overgrowth, they did shift their strategy, and they were able to hold out longer than in the zones match. So they are adapting. It's very good. It just wasn't enough yet. We're going to see how they can do it.
Looks like we're getting a few... Yeah.
They're
I'm pretty sure they can hear you, but
Mhm.
okay. Well, either way, yeah. Chat's already got it on lock. They started with the wrong map. Just fixing that up first, and then we'll get into the real match.
All right. Is there anything else we can chat about while they set this up? What weapons do you think they could pull out? I honestly don't know. I want to get your thoughts.
Well, here I am hoping that Team Zaza is going to come out here with a sploosh. I think sploosh is really strong on Rainmaker, and having that curling bomb on Hammerhead Bridge, I think that'll be a really good start. But obviously, sploosh is definitely not in the meta right now.
No, it would be better to use a roller because you also get bubbles.
Yeah, for sure. But
we
I'm
see
not...
Coco in chat saying VDS, which
CDS.
could work here, but
Yeah.
it depends because I think you would use a C Junior if you're going to use for this one. But here we go. I mean, if you want Wavebreaker, it is useful, but I don't know if any of these players are going to pull it out. We've got pretty much identical comp here, but with a splash, and an identical comp on the other team from before.
Everyone's stuck with their weapons.
Let's take a look at how this plays out. Both teams rushing in as usual. Who's going to get the pop? I reckon it's going to be the higher DPS on the blue side, but I'm not sure.
And I agree. I think Team Zaza's got that, but they are getting some chip damage there from the torpedo that they can take out.
Oh, so Zaza's got them scrambling really quickly just with the instant crab. They've rushed up so quickly with the player advantage. They really, really want the snowball, and everybody is down with the delayed wipe.
Yeah.
Overgrowth is not holding their ground enough. We've got to see how this plays out.
I think this might be a quick one. I think
it could be.
It really will be.
It actually could be.
There we go. That was a very good shark there just to get in, and it's given them a path, but they still don't have that platform painted. But
no, that's slipping straight through. Got the wiper, takes them out. Very good job. Who's by themselves? 3v1, very nice takedown. I don't think I've seen again a 1v1 from Team Zaza that wasn't by accident. Got two people pushing up on the crab. They're trying desperately to hold it. They are holding it. But Button grabs it for like a sneaky 3 points. Very good. I think Overgrowth is going to have to try and play around this crab because it seems to be the one thing that's holding them down.
Yeah. See, I think it's a lot of this play as well is Team Zaza always has someone to jump to. So they're always getting back very quickly. They're not getting taken out quickly enough. I think we just need a concerted, aggressive push here by Overgrowth just to shut down that kind of play from Zaza.
Yeah, for sure. They very little downtime from Zaza. Overgrowth needs to figure out how to... Oh, we've got Button flanking on the crab. And a Zipcaster. They got to figure out how to deal with all this anti-crab artillery if they want to use the crabs to defend.
Where we just saw that from Team Zaza. That Zipcaster kept that crab on lock for that entire duration. That was really good plays there by the Zipcaster. And it looks like it's just going to lead into a win for Team Zaza. They're just getting pushed back by that crab.
All four players are there. Will they be able to take them out?
That's it.
Not in time. Not in time. That is going to be a 3-0 for Team Zaza against Overgrowth. But fantastic play still. You cannot discount it. Zaza played very oppressively. Very little downtime. Never taking fights by themselves. And they had their crabs. Which it is what it is. And Overgrowth could not... They pulled out crabs of their own. They did. But Zaza knew how to deal with it, unfortunately.
They did, yeah. No, very well played by Zaza there. Very impressive, as you said. They kept everyone on lock, and that was it. That's
very good map control. It was just... Overgrowth was doing the same things as Zaza, but Zaza was executing them faster, with less downtime, more accurately. Unfortunately, but... Still very well played. You know?
Yeah, a very good watch for sure. I'm very impressed with both teams, and Overgrowth did really well, locking them out in the opportunities that they need. They just fell apart when Zaza had, the advantage, and it ended up being a triple KO. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, no, very impressed by all the players here. Overgrowth definitely had some good plays, but I reckon they should have stuck with that E-leader. I reckon it would have served them well in the next two matches. And
It could have, but honestly, they did better without it, because even if they had that E-leader, you saw the flanks, you saw the zip caster from Punny. They would have instantly shut down the E-leader as much as possible, so they decided to go more offensive, more crab, which I commend. That was a good decision. They just couldn't use it properly against such an oppressive team who knew how to shut it down, unfortunately. You know? They made the right choice, which is great. Unfortunate that I had to be double crab, because it's just what it is in the game right now. But they did well.
Nerf crab, everyone. Nerf crab. Or just remove crab.
I love crabs, guys. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm just saying this, Nintendo. If you're listening, remove crab. Give all the weapons that have crab splashdown, and the game will be better for it.
And then buff splashdown.
Yeah, buff splashdown. Give it the booyah armor. Make it like twice the distance. Yeah. New splashdown. Let's go.
We love crab. As you can tell, we adore crab. It's fun.
We love crab. Yep, crab 100%.
All right. While we wait for the rest of round 3 to finish, we are going to transition back to that waiting for round 4 screen. And as soon as that's ready, we'll let you know. We'll jump straight into the match. We gotta wait for the matches. We gotta see we gotta pick a team to stream. Gotta get them on, and then it's all good. So we will see you very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully we've got a couple more great matches. We've seen some and hopefully we can keep that up with the next 2 rounds. We've got 2 more rounds to go.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, some fantastic matches so far. Stay tuned. We've got more gameplay, more high-level gameplay coming right to your eyes. We'll see you later.
Welcome back,
Welcome back.
everybody.
Talking over each other again. You go.
Okay, welcome back. This is round 4 of the Oceanink Series, Season 9, seeding tournament number 1. And our match today is Overgrowth versus Elegant Emerald. Two teams we've seen today already and are extremely strong are going to be fighting to seed above each other.
Yeah, I'm glad to see both these teams back. We've seen some really good, both of them, and I think this might be a little bit more in line of what they're used to. What they can do, but starting out, of course, we've got tower control on Undertow, which is
This is a funny map.
yeah. This is actually, I think, my favorite map of Splatoon 3 so far.
The entire game, map mode.
Just the map.
Just the map.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like the Eel Tail one, where the first checkpoints are right next to each other. These teams excel at defense, both of them. We've got an E-Leader on this side, we've got a bow on the other, and then aggressive weapons on either side as well. So their defense is both of these teams' strong suits. I remember Elegant Emerald being extremely oppressive. We'll have to see how it goes against Overgrowth this time.
Yeah, especially seeing as Overgrowth has actually put back that E that we were talking about in the last set, and I'm keen to see what they can bring with them.
Well, the roller on Overgrowth has just taken out 3 people with the help of the Forge. So here we go. We've got broken past checkpoint 1, and we've got a 2v1 against Hawk and Mary. Here we go. Another push to the left. The tower is over there, but they are not backed by their teammates at all because they are just trying to bully them in the corner.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. I think Elegant Emerald is just locked out here, just straight up. So we'll see if they can bring it back.
So we've got the roller down, and they're starting to push back in. The VR bomb is going to help them hold the tower for a little bit. Here's Octo's the flanker that we saw last time. Gets 1 point.
Really good flanks there, and it looks like the Elegant Emerald has got it back. They've touched second checkpoint, but that's it. That's all you're going to be allowed. Let's see if Elegant Emerald do that reverse push and get it back for their team.
Yeah, for sure. It seems Overgrowth is the first team to have splintered the offense of Elegant Emerald, but I mean, there's a wipeout on one side. This seems to be a very even match. It is going to come down to how well these teams can recover. We saw Elegant Emerald was able to recover barely the last checkpoint, but here's a bunch of specials coming out on the tower. We've got the crab, we've got the laser.
Yeah, really aggressive whales coming out here.
Oh,
52 gal, I think.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, the entire team crowded the tower, and Overgrowth converged on all sides.
Yeah, with both teams sitting now on second check, though, we're really just seeing a battle of trades. Like if either team can get to that second checkpoint again and get through it, I think that might be match. And I kind of hope that Overgrowth doesn't do it. I want to see more from both of these teams in this match, and that's not going to happen if they get past that second checkpoint.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It would be very cool to watch, but we've got Overgrowth sort of falling one by one as they retreat because they lost their footing.
Yeah, a bit of a comeback there from Elegant Emerald, but in my mind, they need to get a lot more of that turf back. It seems that Overgrowth has really got that map control, so it's not going to be too difficult for them to push back in.
Small 1v1 in the corner.
J-Splat coming through. EO.
Here we go. Alright, the team is sort of split at the moment, so it allowed Overgrowth to 2v1 the tower. And the crab comes out to deal with the people in mid. Let's see if Emerald can keep the tower in front. Seems to just be returning to mid right now, but they do have control over it. So it shouldn't be too hard to push maybe halfway up to the checkpoint. Here's J-Splat. Just kind of trying to keep as much oppression on the back as possible in the tower push up.
So some really good aggressive plays here from J-Splat, just like we saw in that first round. I think it's coming through for him. His aggressive pushed the entirety of Overgrowth back to the middle of their base, but it doesn't seem like Elegant Emerald, and same side with Overgrowth, they don't seem to be able to get it back to that second checkpoint that they need to, which is good for us, not so much for either of the teams.
Yeah, extremely close match today. 30 to 24 only. Elegant Emerald only barely having a better lead. Let's see if Overgrowth... sorry, no. Overgrowth has the lead, actually.
Overgrowth has the lead, yeah.
You're right, you're right. We'll see if Elegant Emerald has enough power to push through the insane zone control of Overgrowth. We're watching the E-Leader try and hold their ground over here. Instantly rotating as soon as they grab the tower. Very good.
It looks like Emerald has some really good swarming tactics that I've noticed from that. As soon as any of the team of Overgrowth gets into a position, all of Elegant Emerald will swarm on them, and it's been really great to see. And honestly, it's working for them.
Yeah, well, here it's 3 down on Overgrowth at the moment. This could be the push that gets it through, but the E-Leader's back up. Will they be able to...
But it is just the E-Leader. I think that's it. They've got that second checkpoint. I don't think they're going to push through it. But
they're going to stay on the tower instead of retreating, losing 2 of their players, and giving Overgrowth an overtime push.
Yeah. Well, that was a clear of the second checkpoint. So if Elegant Emerald can bring that back, that's a huge push for him. But seeing as it is going into overtime, I don't think... Hopefully...
Oh, Crab 1v1 on left. Gets shredded by Elegant Emerald. This defense is crazy. The roller is the only one up.
And that's it. Very well played. Amazing plays there by both teams. Elegant Emerald on the back foot from the start. Like, that first push by Overgrowth was the lead for the longest time. At least 2 minutes of the match. Elegant Emerald coming back, bringing it through to 12, breaking that second checkpoint. Amazing. Great work.
Fantastic. Both teams had really good offensive strategies and were able to shut them down just as well. I think the one defining thing there was Elegant Emerald had just a better player advantage when they pushed up to that checkpoint, which came down to good special usage and swarming. That's like what you said.
Absolutely.
But other than that, the entire round, the entire match was even. And that was exciting. That was a great match. Let's see if that can transfer over to the coolest map in this game, Flounder Heights.
The coolest map in Splatoon 1 as well, let's be honest. This was Moray Towers before Moray Towers. When it was also Moray Towers.
First. Come on, bro.
Yeah, but this was Moray Towers before Moray Towers.
Moray
Towers didn't come into its own.
No, it didn't, but we love this map. This is the best. Zones on Flounder is particularly exciting, because just like on Hagglefish, there are flank routes, but they're harder to see unless you have players spread out everywhere. You need someone at the back, you need someone at the front, watch down the middle, watch down the left flank, because it's so vertical. It's hard to keep eyes on everything. And these players are really good at coordinating offensive pushes, so they're going to have to watch out for these flanks. It's not going to be very easy at all.
No, I'm definitely keen to see what both teams can bring to the table here, because E-Leader, I'm going to start off with this. E-Leader is very oppressive on these vertical maps, but as you said, the flank routes on Flounder Heights, they can always get behind that E-Leader, and if the E-Leader team isn't supporting him, he's down, and that's it.
Yeah,
and I hope we see that, but on the flip side, Elegant Emerald seems to be thriving when they have war mechanics, and you really can't do that on Flounder Heights unless you want to get into a position where you can just get scoped out by that E-Leader. So I'm keen to see what...
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, you're right. It requires a lot more coordination to do here, though, because of the walls, right? It's not like you could just, all right, let's go push this guy. You kind of have to pop up at the same time, otherwise your surprise attack is ruined.
Yeah.
So if either of these teams want to take 2v1s, or if they want to defend their E-leader, they're gonna have to coordinate a lot harder. It's gonna have to be less autopilot, which is exciting. This is gonna be great to watch.
Yeah, I
Especially
think this is going to be one of the greatest matches of this stream. I think.
It's gonna be fun.
Through this. Yeah.
Especially after that tower control one. This map is going to be centered on the middle. Let's just hope that it's going to be a sort of a battle of attrition if both teams pick an E-leader.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to see an E-leader out of Elegant Emerald. I don't think we saw one in the first set of matches.
Did they? They did not have a backline, did they? They sometimes ran heavy.
They might.
Question
mark?
Well, let's take a look as we go into game 2, round 4, Splat Zones, round of Heist. Overgrowth comes out with no backline, full offense. Elegant Emerald has a heavy and all short-range weapons. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I think we've kind of swapped the team comps here, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'm very keen to see what Schwalmi's... Because, as mentioned before, I don't think we mentioned Elegant Emerald has actually swapped out one of their players. Schwalmi for... Oak, was it?
Yes.
No, Oak is on Overgrowth. We do have one player that's being swapped out.
Elegant Emerald at the moment is being kept back by a lot of oppression from just bombs, almost spamming bombs. We got wave breakers, booyah bombs, specials popping out everywhere, and Overgrowth sort of emerges victorious from that one push.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I'd say they came out victorious, because it's still on equal ground at this point.
It is equal ground. You're not wrong, but they have 9 points over and a player advantage at the moment. So it seems Elegant Emerald has lost a bit of their footing.
Yeah, it looks like Elegant Emerald's being pushed back a bit now, and as we said, now they've lost out. With Overgrowth being really pushed up now, but it seems that Elegant Emerald thinks that they can take it back if they just push their backline.
They're kind of out of position at the moment. They're going to have to find their footing first, because look at all of this map control. We do have a Nico Saw flank, which is Nico Saw flank. Very good. The bomb's going to take that one zone though. The flank was well coordinated.
Yeah.
Just the T-Tech on the side. Blue is everywhere in the mid, and Overgrowth seems to have been pushed back now. They're waiting for a new opportunity, waiting out the crab, throwing bombs, finding a better position at the moment. We can see a flank on the right, on the roller. See if this works out.
Yeah, I'm not sure it will. It seems that Elegant Emerald is getting pushed back, but
it's enough of a distraction for them to sweep in.
Yeah, for sure. That's just taking back the zone, but hopefully we can see a little bit more of that on-brand aggression by Octos and J-Splat.
That was an unfortunate drop on Octos.
Yeah, wasn't able to hit their shots, but it'll work out.
It was a 1v3, and you want to avoid that. Nice bomb kill.
Yeah, really good bomb placement there by Jaffa.
So at the moment, Overgrowth is proving to be holding zone after taking it. Let's see if Nico on the T-Tech is able to help his team get through. We've got a sneaky flank, but it's taken down 2v1.
J-Splat bringing out that crab. Right on time, right on time.
Yep, and is it enough to hold the zone? It doesn't seem to be, but all three Elegant Emerald players on this side are trying to hold as much as possible.
It seems like Elegant Emerald is just trying to get that oppression back up, and it's not quite working out for him there. I think that's going to be matched there.
Overgrowth has proven that they are able to defend the objective a little bit better than Elegant Emerald. Elegant Emerald had many good attempts to come back in, but it wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough, no. It seems that the entire close range comp worked out for him. The Elegant Emerald wasn't able to get back in once they were locked out of that ramp, and it's a bit unfortunate. I was keen to see a bit more of that aggressive play by Elegant Emerald, but it didn't seem that they were ever in the position to be able to get out. Now, we are moving on to our third map, which is Clan Blitz on Sturgeon Shipyard. Obviously, one of the worst maps of Splatoon 2. Don't at me. But going into Clan Blitz, I think this is the best map mode combination for Sturgeon. Clan Blitz is definitely the best mode on this map, and I'm keen to see what both teams can bring to it. It really does benefit from an aggressive playstyle, which we've seen from both Overgrowth and Elegant Emerald. What do you think, Cookie?
Is this about the map?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, Clams Sturgeon, one of the most infamous Clams maps of 2 and also of 3, because it is quite a balanced map, but how do you explain this?
As I was saying,
play style, sort of.
Yeah, well, as I was saying to stream before, I personally think that Clams on Sturgeon is the best for Sturgeon.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
But it is a map that almost necessitates an aggressive style. And having that domination over not only the tower but also the ramps definitely benefits a team. And we've seen both of these teams just absolutely decimate their opponents. And if we can see that from either of them in this round, I reckon both of these teams could get the win. And I'm keen to see.
Yeah, for sure. This map is kind of a strange design in terms of maps. It's sort of like Scorch Gorge, where the big, tall mid, and then ditches on either side, which does benefit an aggressive playstyle. I know backlines can work here, but there's just so many ways to get around the map that it's not always the best. But we have seen backlines work here. Aggressive playstyles seem to be working the best for Overgrowth. Let's see if Elegant Emerald pulls out their not the Hydra, the Heavy again. Because Wavebreaker is quite good here. You spend a lot of time down at the bottom ditches. Out in court, sometimes in mid. Wavebreaker's quite strong there, but it will come down to crab usage and also probably good positioning. Because you got to have players on both sides split the attention of the opponent. You can't have everyone push on the same way.
Absolutely. And just based off of what you said as well, the Heavy Splatling can absolutely dominate on this map. It was the same in Splatoon 2. It'll be the same in Splatoon 3 because it's got that range, it's got that Wavebreaker, and Clams on Sturgeon Shipyard especially, having control of either one of the towers, either yours or theirs, means that you've got a perfect jump point, either to get in or get that Clam straight into the basket. So I reckon if Elegant Emerald brings back that Heavy and really pops off, protects them, plays around them, I reckon this would be a really good match for Elegant Emerald to show us what we can do.
Absolutely. I think it would be very strong, but we can't let the commentators influence the players here in case they're in the chat. They will decide for themselves what the best choice is. I'm saying that because J-Splat's game crashed.
In here. Yeah.
And the game crashed for them, so we'll have
to... we do have a bit of a technical issue. Standard Oceanink squibs.
We'll be a little bit. It'll be fine.
I think we are just waiting on J-Splat to jump back in.
But other than that, our teams seem to... I think they will be... Everyone knows how to play on this map. It's been 4 years since it's existed. It's going to be about putting the new Splatoon 3 mechanics to use in it, which everyone's already familiar with. So since this is a map everyone knows how to play, it's going to be quite an interesting watch.
Yeah, and I'm keen to see what they can bring forth. Sturgeon Shipyard is...
Sturgeon.
Yeah.
Sturgeon.
Sturgeon.
Some people's favorite. Some people. I despise Sturgeon as a midliner.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm a Slayer short range, so no sir.
It is what it is though. Sometimes it depends on coordination. Again, some maps are better for... Like, some maps, I would argue, like, maybe Hagglefish, you don't need to be as coordinated because you usually always have someone looking left and right on those kinds of maps. But Sturgeon, it's hard to have eyes everywhere and people everywhere because it is, like, the second biggest map in the game behind, like, Wahoo World.
Yeah.
Because it's so big, you need players... You need to be positioned very well to deal with everything. And you need to know where to be at all times. And that is difficult for everyone.
Yeah. No, absolutely, I agree. It looks like all of our connection issues are over and done with, so we should be heading into the match rather soon.
Alright, we'll see you in a couple seconds, hopefully. I don't know, I can't see the...
Yeah, just waiting on confirmation. We're still waiting on confirmation on that. Otherwise, everyone, we do still have one round to go. This is round 4 or 5. So hopefully you guys will all stick around and see some of our more interesting matches. But okay, 30 seconds. All right, sweet.
For about 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's an update for stream. 30 seconds, approximately. So I guess we just ramble on for 30 seconds. You know, just
I love Sturgeon Shipyard. It is
love
the
it.
best stage. Oh my god.
Oh my god, you know, like that high mid. Yep, it's great.
I love being able to flank, I guess, on the right.
Yep. And getting on this map with an X-Blosher. Yep, the best stuff.
Alright, there we go. We're ready.
And there's the map. Yeah, there we go.
Land, Blitz, Sturgeon Shipyard. It is 1-1. Let's see how this goes with this very even team. We got a Flatling on Overgrowth and a Bow on the Elegant Emerald. That's two whales on one side, which is interesting.
Very good teams here, and I'm keen to see how this roller on Overgrowth performs. Because as you probably know, having that bubble, especially on clams and especially on Sturgeon, it's just strong. It's just
absolutely, and at the moment, Overgrowth seems to be taking mid very well. They'll be able to put that roller to use soon. Unfortunately, didn't push with their mates too well, but the rest of the Overgrowth players seem to be holding their ground enough to push to 68.
Yeah, there is still that Tenatech there in by the basket, so.
But it has fallen.
Yeah, it has, and I believe that's a delayed wipe as well. And hopefully we can see Elegant Emerald take back that mid and try and get some control again. We'll see what they can do.
Sure, we've got a bubble and a crab up on Elegant Emerald, but falling too down to the heavy. Overgrowth is just finding all the right picks. That's another mid shutdown by Overgrowth on Elegant.
Yeah, and as I was mentioning before, and this wasn't the team that I expected to see it on, the very oppressive plays by the heavy Splatling, and it's coming out in clutch for Overgrowth here.
Absolutely. What we're saying about zone control, the heavy takes so much of it that the rest of the players can sort of focus on pushing in. It's literally the role of an anchor. They're doing it very well.
Yeah. Chuomi trying to take them out with the bow. Not quite getting there, unfortunately. And it looks like... Oh! Nope, the bombs have other ideas. Nico's got a great timed splat bomb. Stopping that heavy in its tracks.
2v1, yeah. So far I'm seeing that in terms of 1v1s, it's almost always a trade, and when there's multiple players on one person, they fall pretty quickly. So these teams need to coordinate. There's another 2v1 that they fell to. They have to coordinate these fights, and so far, at the moment, Elegant's doing that pretty well. There's a nice 1v1 there. Crab's coming out. Overgrowth is sort of falling to that strategy now when they were excelling at it before. It's a 2v2 right now.
Very good aggressive plays there by J-Splat. That Crab, just to get the map control, as well as just chuck some damage on that Tenatech.
No, they tried so hard to get that lead.
Oh, just one off.
And it is actually just one off. That's a little bit desperate on that side, but it's okay. Overgrowth and Elegant back into mid. We're at neutral again. However, Heavy has the wave breaker.
We've got a lovely haiku chat by Superhero, one of the moderators of the Oceanic Squids. All those clams lost to time like tears in the rain.
It's a little bit unfortunate the clams have to fall to that, but we've got a 2-player advantage, so it could come back. We've got 3 players on this right side. The roller was sneaking. It takes them both out. Someone retreated.
Yeah, really good sneaky plays by that roller there. Both of the aggressive players there on Elegant Emerald being taken out, which is a bit of a shame. I want to see a little bit more of that on-brand aggression by Octos. They were doing really well earlier on, but it doesn't seem to have affected Elegant Emerald too much. Still seem to be pretty confident in themselves at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
That high ground.
Yeah, Overgrowth is like almost a perfect match against this team in terms of strategy and skill. Like both teams have aggressive flankers that they try and pull out, and they're matched with the other aggressive flanker. Both teams have a backline that's... I feel like Overgrowth's backline is doing more, but that's just because we can't see the effect of bow very well. It's probably doing a lot of good chip damage. It's letting them get a player advantage. At the moment, Overgrowth has a player advantage and not taking too much of an advantage of letting Emerald jump back in. Got 30 seconds left.
We're seeing some of those specials come out. Elegant Emerald trying to get in with that sneaky push, and we'll see where they can go. Looks like there's a couple of those specials coming out, but it seems like it's quite enough. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Jaffa,
ball by Jaffa. That's okay. The ball is still in mid, but they're facing a crab right away. This is a very, very, very sneaky push. Trying to get the last second.
The pity claim's still on Elegant Emerald.
Emerald has a plan.
Still can get that in. There's a super jump.
That's a jump. No, there's two jumps. Oh, they all fell.
And that's a wipeout.
That'll
be the match.
That was so close. That was so insanely close.
Very well played by both teams there. Really good defense by Over, and allowing them to take it out, going 2-1.
If they had not seen the jump and pulled all their players back instantly to fight it, that would have been a lead by us.
Absolutely.
So it was a clash of titans.
Yeah, some really, really great plays by both teams, evenly matched. Just shown by that first match, going into that reverse sweep by Overgrowth there. Amazing. Really well played by both teams.
That was a fantastic set. Overgrowth taking it by literally 1 point. With a fantastic gambit at the end that was unfortunately shut down.
Yeah. Really well played by both teams.
That is Splatoon 3. That's Splatoon 3.
I don't know. It feels like a bit of. It feels like that super jump.
Hey, it was. They could have played a little bit. Like they had an overtime. They did. But they decided. They made the decision to go for the gambit, and it didn't work. That's just what caused the outcome of the game.
Yeah, I honestly don't blame them. That's a play that I would have made myself, and I'm sure many other players would have. It's just unfortunate that it didn't quite give the result that Elegant Emerald needed.
I mean, under the pressure, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
But that was excellent. Match.
Amazing.
I'm very glad to have witnessed it.
And it does appear like the other 3 matches are over, so we might have a very quick intermission.
Yeah, maybe like a couple minutes of intermission while we figure out who we're going to be streaming next. We will see you incredibly soon for the final round.
Yeah, the final round, round 5 of 5.
See you soon.
See you soon. Welcome back, everyone, to Oceanink Series number 9. This is round 5 of 5, and we have a special one for you. We have got Hydro Force versus Team Zaza, some of the strongest teams in the seeding tournament today. Oh, looks like our map number 2 is actually broken. Salty, you might want to look into that. But
just imagine there's a little museum there.
Yeah. So just confirming our maps there, we have starting off, Wahoo World Rainmaker, and we're going straight into it, surprisingly. But here we go. We've got Team Zaza on yellow and Hydro Force on blue.
Yeah, that plays it wrong.
Hold on. Surf Control is...
Let's go! It's the first ever draw in a seeding tournament. I wonder how this is gonna...
There we go. 10 points to all teams. I don't think that's how it works, but let's just imagine.
Alright, whatever's going on there, it is museum.
No. It is Rainmaker on Wahoo.
No, the tower.
Oh, right. Yeah. The second map is Tower on Museum.
Leave it.
It's fine. There's a museum in the middle.
Alright.
That actually looks like a very good date night, to be honest. It's like first you go to Wahoo World, go for a bit of a theme park run. Then you go to the museum, and then finally you go to a resort. That seems like a pretty good date night, I think.
Maybe that's why it's the last round, because it's like the end of a long day.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Get to relax at the little amusement centers.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. It seems that at the final round of this season tournament, it's just going to be a relax. We're not going to have any stinky gamers. We're not going to have any high-level plays. There's not going to be any brush mains in the chat at all. We're just going to be having a leisurely Rainmaker on Wahoo. You know? Yeah.
Alright, we love Wahoo World. We love it so much that we defended it from Salmonids. And now we get to play. We get to watch Rainmaker on it. Fantastic.
Honestly, we should have just let the Salmons have it. They should have just kept it.
Yeah, maybe.
Or just Splatoon 2 should have kept it, and we should have gotten Humpback Pump Track instead. Let's be quite honest.
Alright. Here we
Looks
go.
like our teams are finally fixed. We have Team Zaza on yellow and Hydro Force on blue. Finally. And some pretty interesting team comps. Looks like both teams are really going for a close range. Because, let's be honest, despite how it looks, the Nautilus is a close range. And,
it is quite impressive.
Yeah.
We already see Zaza has control of mid, popping out their specials. They are 2 down at the moment. Hydro Force finding their way back in. We've got one flanking on the right, we've got one on the left, but they're all swarming to get them out. 2v1s.
It looks like there's some really good communication on Team Zaza's side, because they are, as soon as anyone from Hydro Force pops out of their ring, they're gone. They're down. But it looks like Hydro Force has managed to actually pick it back up, and they're bringing it through. So really good plays there by Hydro Force to be able to grab that Rainmaker and almost get it to first pedestal.
That was a bit of a risky jump, because they did have 3 players up on Zaza. But they could have pushed a little bit further, but it's alright. They do have it down to 8. Not a lot on this map, admittedly, but we will have to see how it goes. with this counter push from Zaza and how they can defend against it. They're going left, which I believe is a little bit safer because you can control the little choke a little bit easier.
Yeah, you just really got to hope that somebody's not in that top area. But
the cam a little bit obscuring the action because of the fun map design with the roof.
Yeah, you guys, we know that this is the best gameplay you've ever seen. It is a very pretty roof, so hopefully you guys don't hate it too much. But it seems that
here we go.
Yeah, Zaza's got that first checkpoint, and it looks like they're retreating, or are they just?
They're holding their ground, making sure they can get a couple picks on blue before they rush around the corner. Because otherwise, they're going to get double teamed.
Yeah.
And that is quite reserved play. They do have the lead. They don't have to try and push too hard. They want to maintain control of the objective. Whereas Hydro Force needs to find a way to pierce through that almost impenetrable wall that they've got going on in this corner. Probably with some specials, but they are 2 down. That was a really, really aggressive
strong
push.
Play. Yeah. It seems that Hydro Force is really trickling in when they really don't have to. They've had some really good plays. They've got some really good. They just seem to be losing players to
the squid roll. They are
those 3 extra points, and Team Zaza is still in a position where they can push. They've still got a player on that zipline.
Oh, they do. They're retreating a little bit backwards just to let people jump in.
Yeah. They've got some really good positioning here, and it doesn't look...
nice.
Never mind.
That was
Never
really
mind.
good.
Yeah, H Phoenix really with a good play there, getting that jumper with that very risky zip line into fall Nautilus kill. Very good. Great aim.
That was quite a pick, but I think Zaza is already recuperating. We've got a stamp ready on the wiper over here. Yellow doesn't have many of their specials up. They're gonna have to figure out a new way to push, or Hydro Force is gonna have to figure out how to defend. What do they have? They don't have any crabs to use. They have a Tacticooler, which
they do have an extra large burst bomb. You did mention they do have the extra large burst bomb, so they might.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And they still didn't use it. They've still got that extra large burst bomb, so that might be good for getting a pick with that one-hit kill on the stamp. That'd be a great way to start a push.
Yeah, but with 1 minute left, we don't know how effective it's going to be. Punny on the stamper does a nice little flank, backed by somebody, but taken out by 4 members of Hydro Force in mid.
Yeah, good conversion there by Hydro Force, coming from that pressured by that stamp. Very well done, but there's a lot of chip damage coming out, not only from that crab, but also that bomb, resulting in that Rainmaker going down with only 30 seconds left. So they really pushed. They've still got to get second checkpoint as well.
Yeah, well, the Wipers are all by their lonesome as Zaza just takes mid, getting all of the map control they can. Not necessarily turf control, although that's part of it. Just being able to stand everywhere, or stand places they can have most control of the most important areas. And the most important area right now, the places that let you get into mid. If they can lock those down, which they have, there's no way they can get back in.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Hydro Force.
We have 2 Hydro Force members trying to go for it. It doesn't work out.
Yeah, Zaza had just too much control on that one. Something that we saw in their previous match. Overgrowth is that they just have that overwhelming control over the map, and it's coming into form here as well.
Yeah, for sure. They had not just map control in the sense of turf, but also standing places where they couldn't do anything against it. You know? So that was a very, very long, but not necessarily close Rainmaker game. It was just the fact that Hydro Force couldn't find a way in against the map control of Zaza.
Yeah. And Hydro Force was being very oppressive in that first push. Like, just before they went for that first checkpoint, they had it. They had everything. But honestly, it just got turned around by Zaza and never turned back. So really good plays there by Zaza, keeping that down.
Yeah, well done there. We are about to see round 2, which is tower control on the most invisible map in the game.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this map here? This nothingness, this empty void.
Well, I wouldn't know. I've never seen this map before in my life, and I think that's intended by the. It's just a very.
Hold on, I might be able to see a little bit of a museum D'Alfonsino in there. Maybe within this invisible map, there's just a museum floating in the void.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm a big fan of museum. Just having those spinners. I as a close range player love playing around them, and we've seen a lot of that kind of play coming from Zaza. A lot of them on those close range weapons, and I'm keen to see them pull them out again. But honestly, I'm rooting for Hydroforce here. I don't want those stinky brush mains to win. I want Hydroforce to bring it back and get a reverse sweep here.
That would be extremely exciting. I don't know which way this could swing, because now that it's a less fast-paced mode, which seems to be what Zaza's excelling at, Hydroforce might be able to pull out their E-leader. There we go.
Oh, gone straight into the match.
We do have an E-leader on this fantastic map, which we love so much.
This invisible map.
Yeah. E-leader is great here because of all this open space in mid, but we're going to see Zaza go down 2 players already, trying to hold their side, popping out their crabs. Hydroforce is taking out the key players here.
It seems that Zaza is on the back foot to start off with, but it seems like they're not too stressed about it. Hydroforce is yet to push in. I think they're trying to focus on limiting the amount of damage that the Zaza can do and the amount of it they can get. But Zaza doesn't seem too fast. They seem pretty happy in their own zone here.
Yeah, for sure. It appears that they are successfully holding them off, but unable to kind of capitalize on the advantage.
Great distraction there by one of the Slayers on Zaza, allowing their team to actually take one of Hydroforce out in what would have been a 2v3. So very, very well played there, but it looks like Hydroforce is now in the same position that Zaza was not 2 minutes ago. We have a first checkpoint push here by Team Zaza, straight through as expected, but we'll see if Hydroforce can bring it back. This is really the clincher on Museum Tower. It's one of those maps that once you do snowball, you go straight to the end. But it looks like Red Eye is doing some amazing play.
Oh, nice double.
A triple by Red Eye on Hydroforce there. Very well.
Okay, let's see how Hydroforce capitalizes off of this. Unfortunately, Zaza's all come back straight away, but they do have, like, mid control, not very good turf control, because they're competing with Zaza. And they're getting highly oppressed here, but they have to do something against the insane aggression of Zaza.
Yeah, well, I think Hydroforce seems to be excelling in the 1v1s, but it seems that they just aren't able to get into those kind of fights, because Zaza, they've got that turf control, they've got that strength, which is allowing their team to peel and take apart Hydroforce whenever they need to, which I think is working in their benefit.
Yeah, it seems like a coordination, like a difference in coordination that is the defining factor here.
Yeah,
we've got Natty pushed up a little bit, supported by their teammates. Everyone is trying to swarm the same place. Unfortunately, as soon as you get into a 1v1 or 2v1, you're down. So I don't know if Hydroforce picked up on that, but they rarely leave each other alone. Zaza.
Yeah, I think they may have picked up on that from the first match, because I've seen them go mostly in pairs. But hopefully they can bring it back, because they have been flanked there by Drago. Although he's eventually gone down as well. Let's see if Hydroforce
split
back.
Punny hiding to try and stall the tower as the teammates come back.
There we go.
Both of them go down to bombs.
Realistically, Hydroforce is going to be real careful with jumpers.
Yeah, for sure. They are at a difference of like 90 points at the moment. And they're going to have to push it to basically a knockout if they're going to take this game. Let's see how it plays out. They are holding the defense pretty okay now. They just got to make sure they don't... there's a push from Natty getting a double. They got to look out for every player.
keep their eyes everywhere.
Yeah, it seems like that's what Zaza is going for, just having a in and out really quickly, having that splash that's really good on not only close range, but it has that crab. The Tetragaloos that seem to be getting in and out and running all over Hydro Force. And what we can see from that Stampana.
That was a Stamper moment, if we
just a very aggressive touch on that E-Leader, which can be very overpowering.
Yeah, Hydro Force is scrambling a little bit as they pop out 2 specials, Bubble and Crab on Zaza. That might be the one to take it. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
That was aggressive.
That was really some great special usage there by Team Zaza. Not only using the bubble to stop that stop the shots going on the crab, but the crab as well for not only that offensive capabilities, but also you've got to kill the crab before you can kill the pilot, unless you can get behind, which just wasn't possible.
That was a very strong use of specials at the end, and they just kind of left, like, they just swarmed the tower, had ink everywhere, didn't let Hydro Force push in.
I think
the UI might be broken. The UI might be a bit broken with the second one gone, but it is 2-0 at the moment.
It is 2-0 with Team Zaza. Now, Cookie, I think I know why Museum the Elephant popping up on our overlays here.
Why is it not popping up?
It's because Team Zaza just took that whole map.
That's true. They own it now.
Yeah, it's their map. Unfortunately, it's not Museum.
We don't get to play on it anymore. It's not the worst thing in the world.
It is now officially renamed to Museum de Alfonzaza. That's it.
Why would you do this? Why would you do this?
For fun. For glory!
For glory. Well, let's see if Zaza can take all of the glory. In zones, Mahi Mahi. Arguably, very fun. I love this map.
It is very fun.
It's
just
fun
that
map.
zone in mid with... I always find it very funny because it's always got those little pockets of water just at the edge of the zone, and
it's fun.
It's amazing watching
enjoyable.
people just go into it. With those overhangs as well, I suspect we're going to see some very good and hopefully we can see some good backliners here. I know an Xblosh can always do well on this map. So we'll see what they bring out for us. But would we be seeing a Team Zaza sweep today? Team Zaza coming in with the exact same comp, and there we are. HP coming in with the
Xblosh, Rapid Blaster, and the machine. We've got some AoE here.
Yeah.
A lot of AoE.
It looks like Hydro Force is going for that one meta at the moment with the Xblosh, the sloshing machine, and well, it's a different splatter shot, but it's still a splatter shot. And there we go, a wipeout on Team Zaza. Very good opening play there by Hydro Force.
Yeah. So the AoE seems to be a great pick. They are instead of using a lot of bombs and positioning. Well, they're positioning themselves very well on this small stage, but they're using the AoE to make it so there's a big wall they can't get through. Yeah, but at the moment, they are kind of split, and that split has let Zaza come straight through the middle and take the zone. That was a little bit unfortunate, but they will probably be able to take their footing.
It does look like Hydro Force is perhaps taking some of the commentators' advice into mind and going for something a bit more. They're taking the map a little more with their painting.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems that they've had a lot more map control this time around, and I think it's working well.
It's being able to move around. They have a little bit more space to breathe, even on this tiny ass stage. They are able to look. They're playing together now, and they're popping their specials. I don't know if that was the best. Actually, it was pretty good. Pretty good use of specials.
Yeah.
We've got Button on the side coming for the flank. But unfortunately, as soon as they lose their footing, they slip once, Zaza immediately just takes it. It's very oppressive, it's very hard.
They seem to be relying a lot on that sloshing. As soon as they don't have that They seem to fold.
Do you reckon Zaza's picked up on that? They're like, okay, the machine is the glue holding them together.
No,
Take them out, pull it apart.
I don't think they have yet. I don't think they've picked up on it. Because they seem to be going after some of those backliners a little more. But with that sloshing machine out, they seem to be going down. Just as shown
Yeah,
here.
for sure. I mean, the sloshing is able to sort of not like win 1v1s, but hold them off long enough. That was a really good double from Cobb.
Yeah, they
That
can't
could be
win
a triple.
1v1, but they can win 2v1s.
Yeah, absolutely. They're able to hold their own ground pretty well, which lets the rest of their team kind of play around them. But as soon as they fall down, everyone else goes as well. So
Yeah.
the Explo needs to watch out because they are basically holding the zone on their own. That was a triple. 3 people shooting at the BR at once.
Yeah,
But they
it
still have
came out
zone.
on clutch. It still came out on clutch.
That was a really good Explo shot. That's going to take them the lead unless this person on the side can grab it. Almost. Commentator's curse. There we go. That's a quick and dirty take back from Zaza,
Yeah,
giving a bit of a
think
penalty.
that was a very good play though by Hydro Force, allowing that take to happen. They got Team Zaza in a position where they thought they might keep it, and that allowed Hydro Force to actually clear out the remaining team. I think that was a very good play.
That was a really good play, and currently 3 of them are down. I'm not seeing enough pushing up on Hydro Force, but they really can't with their composition.
Yeah, I think they're doing the best that they can, and I reckon they'll be able to take this back.
They should. The crab is here to try and contest the zone. As long as the Explo stays alive, they could be alright, but we've got like 3 people pushing the zone now. The Reslider comes out, the Booyah's holding the zone. Just 2 more points to grab the lead. They get the lead.
Red Eye popping up on the left there. Very well done.
That's really good.
Yeah, that Tetris is getting locked down, which I think is really good.
A Red Eye throwing out the special dying straight away. We've got 40 points of penalty on Zaza. Are they going to be able to lock it out long enough? Hydro Force is playing really well with this composition. And it's very great.
Yeah, Hydro Force still getting some of that pressure, but I don't think it's going to affect them in the long run. I think if they can keep it up, I think they'll be fine. Although, that's Zipcaster.
The Zipcaster is kind of wreaking havoc. The Explo is doing their best to try and hold this zone. We've got as much defense as possible. It's just too much oppression. Everyone on Hydro Force stayed alive, but Zaza was just focusing the objective and had a little bit more firepower. And that's a
There it
Zaza
is.
wipe.
That's a wipe.
They need to push up. They need people up.
Yeah, Zaza
They need
is on the back
specials.
foot. All of the specials are almost up for Hydro. If they can just even keep it for that
They can
time
keep it
over,
for like
they will-
5 seconds.
they'll be fine.
Then
I think
Zaza's
they've got
gonna
this. I
get
think they've got this.
desperate.
That's 2 down on Zaza.
Oh,
That's it.
my god.
That's the lead for Hydro Force. Well
That
played.
was extremely well played. They found the
Hell
counter
yeah.
that would work on zones. Absolutely amazing.
Really, really good plays by both teams there. Zaza all bringing it back at the end there, but Hydro just showed what they've been showing for the last couple, and just kept Zaza on luck. Really
That was
well
a
played.
fantastic endgame. And that is still only 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
So Zaza played extremely well, obviously, the entire set and the last set we watched, but we have to commend Hydro Force for that excellent comeback.
Absolutely. Just coming back on like just the oppression shown by Team Zaza in those first 2 matches, it would have disheartened a lot of teams. But Hydro Force kept it cool, came through with a new set of weapons, and just absolutely demolished in that final splat zones. And that last minute comeback, amazing. Amazing.
There you have it. That is the, I think that's the end, eh?
That's the end. That's the end of
Ending
round
off
5.
on a fantastic set and a fantastic match. That's the end of the first seeding tournament.
Well, thank you all for coming on this wild
for
ride.
this stream at least. I don't know if the thing is done yet, but
There is a second seeding tournament next week. So Sunday next week, in 7 days' time. But you'll have to wait till then to see some of the more teams. I think still another 10 teams to go, I believe.
yeah. Well, there is another seeding tournament next weekend on the
Yeah.
Saturday, I think.
the 21st. So if you're participating in the series and you missed out on this one, there is another one to sign up for as long as you're playing in the series. Gets you seated up after the long delay since 8. That's the purpose.
I've just had a correction here from DJN. It is on Saturday evening, not Sunday. So you were correct in saying that. Yeah,
21st. Yeah,
my
bad. It is on next Saturday.
No, that's my bad. You got it right.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, for everyone watching, Saturday evening, the 21st next week, at 6 p.m. I've got. I believe sign-ups close earlier in the day on that Saturday. I might need a correction on that one as well. But if you're interested, Oceanink Squids, you should be able to find a team and perhaps even sign up for the series if you're interested. So for anyone that isn't already, come on and head in.
Awesome. So that's the obligatory plugging done. Thank you very much for watching the amazing sets today. It's a glimpse into OCE competitive. For anyone who's by chance watching outside of the region. We have been Konjan and Cookie and Salty running the stream. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Absolutely.
Have a good one, guys.
See you again soon.